everyone, and welcome to a segment of Quick Facts with Birguid. Today we're going to be talking about everything Africa trade. In 2022, Africa trade improved quite significantly. Imports went up 5.3% and exports went up 12.1%. And the reason behind these increases is that commodity prices were higher in 2022, and also there was higher demand for raw materials, particularly from countries that were impacted by the Russia-Ukraine war. In terms of the key trade partners, Asia and Europe maintained their positions as Africa's key trade partners, accounting for over 30% of imports and exports. And in terms of the commodities that were mainly traded, exports mainly consisted of primary commodities, including mineral fuels, and imports were refined fuels and manufactured goods. The Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement was designed to increase regional trade by about 20%. And what you realize is that in 2022, the AfCFTA was only able to achieve 1% of trade. And as at March 2023, only 2 countries had committed to increasing trade, and those 2 countries are Kenya and Ghana. And some of the products that they're looking to trade between the 2 countries include cocoa, rubber, coffee, only goods that require minimal manufacturing capacity. And you'll find that though it hasn't yet started, it seems like a lot more countries are joining in. Tanzania made an announcement in May 2023 that they're also looking to increase their trade intra-regionally. In order to be competitive in the global trade economy, Africa needs to diversify its trade products. So that includes boosting the export of high-value goods and services, increasing the participation of the private sector in economic development, and also implementing policies that actually work. So in terms of economic or export diversification, what we're looking at is the conversion of primary or raw materials into high-value manufactured goods, and also just converting some of the services that are offered intra-regionally to be offered extra-regionally. And what you find is that governments will earn higher revenues, and there'll be more public expenditure available to further expand the scope of African trade. The significant challenge to diversifying exports in Africa is the limited availability of infrastructure and manufacturing capacities. AFDB has commented on this and indicated that Africa has a $100 billion deficit in terms of infrastructure that's available on the continent. And what you find is that the limited availability of infrastructure impacts the possibility or the capability of the continent producing high-value goods. The infrastructure deficit mainly sits in ICT, utilities, and transport, which are the key feeder industries into the manufacturing sector. Without the manufacturing sector working properly, it will be difficult for Africa to produce high-value goods which they can export. It will also be difficult for the continent to further develop any industrial or capacity related value chains that could result in the continent earning more revenue from trade. And that's it from us on the Africa Trade Review. For more information, visit our website at www.birguid.co.za. You can also visit our social media pages on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook. Thank you so much for your time.